Today, I'm giving you the no fluff formula for getting ripped. This is my 3-step simple strategy that everyone who's trying to lose body fat, especially my guys over 40 who have a busy schedule, will find to be the most easy and simple plan they've ever heard of. Now, most people out there are going to try to overcomplicate fat loss because they're trying to sell you something. I am going to try to sell you something eventually, and that's typically going to be our coaching program. So I'll just get that out of the way now. However, we're going to kick things off today with the easiest thing you can start with that I wish I had known so many years ago when it comes to losing fat and getting ripped, and that is the number one form of cardio. Now, here's what's super interesting about the plan I'm going to lay out today. It can be implemented today. You don't have to wait. There's no special products you have to order. There's no super sciencey mathematical equation that you got to put together. In fact, I'm even filming this video with one take. I'm not doing any editing. I'm just giving you the raw details with no notes whatsoever because I know it like the back of my hand. Weird phrase, right? Back of the hand. But I do. I know it like the back of my hand. It's cooler than the other side of the pillow. It is the best fat loss plan that anybody can follow. So let's just jump right in. Number one is our movement strategy. Movement is the first pillar in the plan that I'm going to outline for you. Movement is what most people will call cardio. Cardio is amazing. It's absolutely incredible. We actually do cardio in my program, but it's so simple. It's so freaking simple. Now I'm going to give you advanced tactics with the movement strategy. So just bear with me. Number one, though, is we got to start walking more. Most of us are sedentary. We do what I'm doing right now. I'm literally being a hypocrite. I'm sitting here filming this video for you at my desk, not burning a whole heck of a lot of calories. In fact, it's been proven that you burn more calories during sleep than you do just sitting at your desk all day. Pretty scary, right, when it comes to losing fat. Why? Because we need to create what's called a calorie deficit. That is the number one piece of the fat loss puzzle. We need to burn more energy than we eat. Then over time, our body says, well, there's a deficit, right? It's like a budget. You've spent more energy than money coming in. So we got to fill that deficit. How do they fill that energy need? Well, it burns body fat. And so you might burn a little bit of fat because you're in a deficit some days. And then over time, if you're staying in a deficit, eventually the body has to get to the emergency fund. The emergency fund is that midsection fat that just holds on for dear life. It's so stubborn and it's frustrating, but it's because that's the emergency fund. That's the last place the body wants to tap into to fill that deficit, to fill that void that you've created. So how do we create a bigger deficit without just slashing calories, going low carb, suffering through a 90-day diet? It sucks. Well, we just walk more. That's number one. We got to move more. And walking isn't very strenuous. It's another reason why I love it so much. And it's why I continue to walk as much as possible when I'm trying to lose fat, because I don't want to go do HIIT cardio. I know it has its time and place, and I prefer doing a lot of cardio when I'm training for an event and I'm eating more. Okay, that's a performance goal. Okay, now I'm a little it's allergy season, guys. So if you hear me a little stuffy, I'm recording this with no editing. So this is just for you guys to get the raw, real, no BS stuff. Okay, so we got to move more. In fact, I make walking a priority, especially on the days that I'm not lifting weights, because walking can be done anywhere. I can walk around my house. I can set up a walking pad here at my desk, which I have one. I can stand at my countertop and just put my walking pad down, and I can do work, just busy work while I walk. Take my dogs for an extra walk. Take my kids out to the basketball court, run around, shoot some hoops, do whatever. Go with my wife on a date night. Go walk around wherever we are. Walking is a superpower when it comes to fat loss. It's like it's body fat's kryptonite. Walking. Okay. Now, how do we take this to the next level? Okay. Well, first of all, I would be a fool not to share with you something really important. We have my whole fat loss system free to you, the 3M fat loss course. I'm actually thinking about selling this course very, very soon. I'd love to know, do you like to buy courses? Do you like to buy workshops? If I had a 90-minute workshop that you could buy for a few bucks, would you want to get it that outlines all this? Just let me know in the comments. But I'm giving you the fat loss roadmap, my 3M roadmap for free. Just comment the word fat loss below this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add you to our free coaching group where you'll get all the free stuff. You'll get the fat loss course plus literally 8 years of fat loss trainings. It's overwhelming, I know, but you'll get everything you need for free. And the whole idea is when you're ready to take the next step, when you're ready to actually get accountability and have real coaches, people in a community around you taking you to an elite level with your physique, then you'll invest in our program. That's who we are. We're the guys who help you get ripped in 90 days, okay? So if you want that, comment the word fat loss. You can also comment the word team, and I'll add you to the group, okay? No stress either way. So we got walking as our pillar, but how do we take walking to the next level? Well, there's a couple ways. Number one, we can increase the output of our walking. So what I typically do is one of two things. One is I'll start walking on a treadmill a little bit more at an incline, okay? So instead of my warm up before my workout being, 10 minutes of walking on a flat surface, okay, I'll bump that incline up to 10%. And so I'm burning more calories during the walking I'd normally be doing. I might finish my workout with a 20-minute walk some days, and I'll bump that incline up really high, and I'll start walking at a faster pace, okay? So that's a simple way to just simply make walking more intense and burn more fat. Now, the other way, which if you want to scare your neighbors, totally do this. Put on a heavy weight vest, no shirt, of course, because public accountability, right? Or you can wear a shirt, it's fine. Walk around your neighborhood with a weight vest on. People will give you some weird looks, and you'll be like, wow, I'm definitely getting attention here, but you're losing fat. Why? Because your body's carrying more weight, so it's got to burn more calories to support that during the walking. Those are my two favorite ways to increase intensity of my movement. Now, how many steps should you be taking? I promise this is for beginners all the way to guys just trying to get ripped for summer who are a little more advanced. This is going to work for you. I would start with 8,000 steps a day. That's where I would start. Now, I would increase that over time. I don't want you to have to walk 20,000 steps a day. That's very unsustainable. So we're going to need to use the other two pillars, our movement, muscle, meals. Those are the other two, muscle and meals. We'll talk about in a minute, where things get real spicy. And you're probably going to be shocked by what I'm going to tell you about muscle. But we want to make sure that we're not going so crazy in the early stages. So I say err on the side of what is actually going to move the needle. 8,000 steps a day is a really good start for a lot of people. You might find that bumping that to 10, you might already be higher than 8. So you bump that to 10, that might increase the movement of the scale and the mirror and all the things that we're going to be tracking. But walking, simple as that, guys. Doesn't have to be any more complicated. If you're out there watching this going, man, I thought I had to do the Peloton. I thought I had to do 45 minutes of fasted cardio on the step mill. Just walk more. Promise you. Now, like I said, you can increase the intensity by walking on an incline, wearing a weight vest, but I wouldn't do those things yet. Let's give it some time. Let's see your body respond first. And let's make sure we're not forgetting about pillar number 2, which is muscle. Now, a lot of guys struggle with muscle, which is just working out, because they don't have a lot of time. So the good news is I have 100 10-minute workouts as part of our fat loss package inside our free group. All you got to do is comment fat loss on this video, fat loss, and I'll send you the link to join for free. All we need is your email, and you'll be in the group, okay? I want your email because I'm going to send you more stuff via email. It's going to be awesome. So you're going to get the whole enchilada, all right? As you guys can tell, I've had a little coffee this morning. I'm fired up, okay? But muscle. What am I going to tell you about muscle that's shocking? Well, the workouts are not going to burn a lot of calories. That's the most shocking thing. Guys think, I got to go to the gym. I got to lift. I got to pump. I got to get after it. Got to be sweating. Got to be whatever. It's just not true. Okay. Now I say that because I used to be that guy. I know exactly where a lot of guys are. They're like, man, I feel so guilty. I'm taking time away from my family, but I got to get these workouts in. You do need to train, but why? Well, we need to build muscle and sustain muscle because muscle is metabolically demanding. We need muscle in our frame, not in crazy excessive amounts, but we need some muscle to keep our metabolism high. A lot of guys think they have a slow metabolism, but really they just have low amounts of muscle. So we got to get some muscle on the frame. Now, we're not going to build muscle rapidly during a fat loss phase. But if you're someone who hasn't been training for a period of time, you've been inconsistent, you haven't been hitting the gym as consistently as you should have been, your body's going to respond pretty quickly early on to training properly, because those newbie gains are what we see early on with someone who's getting back into the gym. It's really fun because you're going to start building muscle faster. Now, for my guys out there who are like, dude, I only got 10 minutes. Cool. 10-minute workouts. I have guys who all they do is 10-minute workouts. Sometimes they stack workouts on each other, so they have 20 minutes. All right, I'm going to do 2 10-minute workouts. The whole point, though, is we're trying to build muscle. So it doesn't matter if you're training for 10 minutes or 60 minutes or 45 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever. The principles still remain the same. We need to get stronger over time. That's it. That's it. Doesn't matter if you're doing push-ups. Doesn't matter if you're doing body weight squats or barbell squats or machine squats or all the things that we build, by the way, for our clients. I should probably tell you this now. I've been at this game for a while. I became a personal trainer back in 2004. This is really where I learned how to train. I didn't learn nutrition very well early on. I kind of skipped the class on nutrition and I went all in on training. So my training knowledge dates all the way back actually to like year 2000. That's when I really started training smart, okay, when I was 15 years old. I'm almost 40 now. So I got some time in the trenches. And what I can tell you is after obviously building muscle myself, I went from a skinny 140-pound guy to a 220-pound guy in 2 years. No steroids at all, just creatine and smart training. Also, good genetics, I will say that, for building muscle. But now, having worked with over 7,000 guys since I started my training business in 2004, that's 21 years in the business, I've trained over 7,000 people, a lot of them in person, a lot of them online. What I can tell you is that the muscle principle of progressive overload, getting stronger over time, doesn't fail. What ends up being the difference in how fast people build muscle is 1, genetics, 2, commitment to getting enough protein, enough calories, and actually being consistent. And then the third thing is not being stuck in fat loss mode all the time. So getting guys lean and then maintaining a lean physique so that we can focus on building muscle. That's really what generates muscle. The other thing too is avoiding injuries. So that's why when guys join my program, which by the way, you can learn all about in the video description or in the first comment, if you're a guy over 40 who wants to see his abs, who's sick and tired of all the nonsense, we can build a custom program for you. Most importantly, give you full-blown coaching and accountability and make sure you don't miss a beat. All right. Now, I say all that because we got to do things custom when it comes to training. But I want to give you the no-nonsense advice today when it comes to muscle. Simple way to look at it is, let's train every body part 1 to 2 times per week. Sometimes there'll be overlap. It's totally fine. Let's make sure we have 2 non-negotiable workouts, 1 for upper body, 1 for lower body. The rest of the time, we can utilize 10-minute workouts, which you can get the whole 100 top 10-minute workouts here for free. Just comment the word fat loss. We'll use 10-minute workouts, and we'll sneak in a workout on the weekends, maybe 2 workouts on the weekends. But we're tracking our workouts so that we go, all right, what did I do last time with this exercise? Oh, okay, I did 30-pound dumbbells for 10 reps. All right, this time I'm going to go for 35-pound dumbbells for 10 reps. Or I'm going to go for 30-pound dumbbells, but I'm doing 11 reps. Progressively over time, we got to get strong. And we got to stop thinking about our workouts as where we burn fat. That is not where we burn fat. We burn fat with our movement and our meals, which I'm going to talk about next, which once again, your mind's going to be blown with how simple this approach is when it comes to our food. So we got the muscle out of the way. All right. I know I didn't get crazy detail, but like I said, this is for beginners all the way to advanced. Really, this is the simple system. This is what I do. So I walk, I hit weights 3 to 4 times a week for 30 to 45 minutes. If I can't get the full workout in, I do my 10-minute workouts. I get stronger over time. That's all I'm focused on. Stronger over time, hitting each muscle group 1 to 2 times per week. That's it. Okay. Now meals. What do we need to know about meals? We need to know there's 2 main things: calories and protein. We got to get our calories and protein dialed in. Now, how we do that is going to look different for everybody, because you might like to eat Chipotle. I might not. You might like fish tacos. I might not. You might like pizza. I might like pizza. I might like burgers. You might not like burgers. We can eat all those things. That's the good news. Sometimes we got to use healthier recipes, okay? Which, by the way, I'll give you in our group. We got a whole meal plan recipes for free. Comment the word fat loss. You know the drill. But here's the deal. Without calories being dialed in, without protein being dialed in, your plan is destined to fail. Okay. I don't care if you're following carnivore. keto, carb cycling, fasting, whatever. You still got to nail your calories and protein. You got to get those two things right. So how many? How many calories? Well, I'm going to give you a blanket statement here. I hate cookie cutter approaches. That's why I'm so passionate about our True Transformation Company. We do a live event, by the way, every year. This is an old shirt, 2004, whatever. So we are all about customization and dialing in your specific needs. But I promised I would give you a starting plan. So what do we got to do? Well, calories is where we start. So let's take our goal body weight. I don't know what your goal body weight is. There's a lot of you watching. You specifically who's watching this right now, whatever you want to weigh or whatever you think you're going to weigh when you look the way you want to look, times that by 10 to 12. So if you're like, I want to get down to 200 pounds, 2,000 to 2,400, that would be a good range of calories. All right. Now, protein, let's aim for at least 1 gram per pound of goal body weight. So I want to be 200 pounds, and you'd aim for 200 grams of protein per day. Total cookie cutter approach right now. Okay. This is not going to work for everybody. I just have to say that because I don't want to take anybody off who tries this. They're like, I didn't lose fat. Josiah, you suck. No, I'm just telling you a starting point. Now, if you don't want to track calories all the time, I get it. We want to help our clients save time. Time is money, right? You guys are successful. You're successful. You don't want to spend 15 hours a week meal prepping, meal tracking, calorie counting, all that stuff. So how do we do it? Well, that's where our meal rotation system comes into play. We not only tell you the calories and protein you need to hit, and then, of course, we work diligently with our health partners to understand, do you do better with carbs, more fats? It gets real custom when you get deeper into this. But we simply build meals that you eat on rotation, that your family enjoys, that you enjoy. We teach you how to learn, okay, the family's eating this. What can I eat? Can I eat with them? Cool. How do I adjust this a little bit so that I don't look crazy, but I'm still enjoying food like a normal person? Cut out all the nonsense. Okay. We don't need to eat every 2 hours. We don't need to eat, a huge breakfast and be starving at night. We don't need to do all that stuff. We could use fasting. Some of my clients use fasting. Some of our clients use power fasting where they only eat protein throughout the day and then they have a bunch of carbs at night. Super fun. Could work for a lot of guys. Some people go low carb for a period of time because they like it. They're like, yeah, I like low carb, but I don't want to always be low carb. I want to learn how to eat bread. I want to learn how to eat fruit. I want to learn how to eat rice and potatoes. And we teach them how to do that. But guess what? Underneath the surface is calorie management and protein management. Those two things have to be in place. Okay. If we get those two things right and we simply stick to our meal rotation, like we got 10 meals that we know add up to the calories we need to hit, and we just eat a few of those a day and we're totally good. Maybe a snack, maybe not. Depends on the person. Okay. What I do, because I want to share with you what I do, I don't eat in the morning. I have a moderate sized lunch, usually 500 to 700 calories. I have a snack in the afternoon that's a few hundred calories, which is a protein bar. Then I'll have maybe another snack if I'm super busy and won't be able to eat dinner till late. But usually I'll just have dinner, okay, which is a pretty significant meal. We'll call it 1,000 calories, maybe a little more. Then at night I'll have a dessert that is healthier and calorie controlled. And once again, another 300 to 400 calories. So if you do the math on that, I'm eating about 2,400 calories a day max. And I'm losing fat because I burn about 3,200 to 3,300 calories a day through walking more and training a few times a week. Done. Simple. Now, it's simple, and I know it's not always easy. So I want to make it easy for you. You got two options moving forward. One, if you're interested in becoming the guy with a head-turning physique, you want to lose 30 pounds or 20 pounds in the next 90 days, 20 to 30 pounds. If you're that guy who's like, hey, I'm fed up with the diets that don't work, the workout plans that aren't sustainable, getting hurt all the time, and having to buy a bunch of supplements that just throw away money that collect dust, okay? Join our program, or at least consider it. Take a free consultation, no obligation whatsoever. One or two things will happen. We'll connect. It'll be awesome. You're like, can't wait to work with you, and we can't wait to work with you too. And we have a mutual agreement and we work together. Or two, you're like, man, I got a ton of information. Now I know what to do. I'll go try to do it myself. And we'll continue to support you in our free group, which, by the way, you can join. Comment the word fat loss below, and I'll send you the link, and just hop in there and start getting all the free training you could possibly imagine. Okay. That is your two options for your next steps. Either book a consultation, which you'll find the link in the first comment or the description, or join our free group. I almost froze there for a second. Third option if you want, go watch this next video. This is another video on how to get from 30% body fat to 10% body fat. I'll put it up top. That's your next assignments. Go do it, and I'll see you there. Have a great day.